So I've lived in Kunming now for 4 years. My home is actually not far from here in Guandu District. I quite like this district, lots of history and culture in this district. So today I'm going to take you on a little tour of my local district in Kunming, to a new museum, to a library, also to a culture centre and other places. Let's go! Three weeks ago, I started learning classical music instruments at the local cultural centre. So today I'm going to take you inside and show you a few of the traditional Chinese classical music instruments. I'm not very good, but it's fun. So I've arrived a bit early, so I'm going to take you now on a little tour of this museum. Some interesting exhibits ranging from the recent history in China. I think I'll tell you some interesting stories. And so as we arrive here in the first part, what we have is a set of, these are books and various qualifications and photographs. So the second one over here is a marriage certificate. So I have my Chinese marriage certificate now, it's a red one. This is one going back, I think, to the 50s, 1950s. You have a few old stamps over here. And as you keep going through here, various other old stamps. And in the back part here, you have typical appliances which were used, maybe we go through the 60s, 70s and the 80s in the Chinese family, the Chinese household. A lot of them are similar to what we would have had in the West, correct? These beepers here, the first Motorola cell phone over there. And more interesting, as we rotate around to this side, is in China they had a saying that if you wanted to get married at a point, you needed to have the three spinning items. The three spinning items at that point in time is you need to have a bicycle. You need to be able to ride your bicycle and take your wife with you. At the back there, you needed to have a fan. So obviously in China, a lot of parts of China are very hot. And the third thing you needed was a watch. So at some point in China, they said, if you have a watch, a fan, and a bike, you can find a wife. So these are a lot of old pieces from a typical house going back to the 60s and 70s, I guess. So we'll keep walking this way. Obviously, at that point, back in the West, we also didn't have many TVs going back to the 70s. And so what they had is an outside projector that you would run and turn with your hand, and you could actually project a movie onto a canvas. Okay, so a lot of the social activities at that point in time was one person would run a TV and everyone would come and watch their TV, correct? Or otherwise someone would have a projector and the whole community would come and watch a movie. So we'll keep going in this direction towards the National Intangible Cultural Heritage section of this particular museum. In China, they very much value their history and their art, and they preserve it. I think this is quite admirable. I think in a lot of places in the world, it's just lost. Lots of art forms are lost. So in the first part we go through here, this is really at a country level, various important projects in the arts field. And the next section goes into the provincial level. So this is now Yunnan province level intangible cultural heritage. And so you see Yunnan itself is a diverse population group. So lots of minority cultures. As we go through this section, we drop into Kunming. So country to province to city. And eventually we'll get into Guandu. So now we are in the Guandu district of Kunming. And Guandu district in Kunming has a very long history going back thousands of years. So that sounds familiar. This is obviously a cultural center. This seems like a bit of opera that's happening here in the middle. All right, let's carry on. So now we're going to go and see my musical class and my musical instruments. Wow. So this is really the teacher here. He's obviously an expert in erhu. Erhu is an instrument, music instrument. It's like a fiddle. It's got two strings that comes down here. And this is obviously what you play it with, this instrument. And obviously the tune uses the hand just control the various strings. And the music instrument is very famous in China. A lot of the old Chinese classical songs use this particular sound. In the parks in China, when you walk around the parks, you'll find a lot of elderly gentlemen, they're retired, playing the erhu. Very pleasant to the ear for an experienced player, but I think starting new, I'm not very good at this. But it is a lot of fun, very interesting. Hall. Now, I didn't know this before, but actually Yunnan Aviation played a very important part in China's aviation.
阿杜很高兴你能来我们馆参观，这是我们的一点小纪念品，希望你能喜欢。
谢谢了，谢谢了。
好，我就不送你了，
拜拜。拜拜，再见。
拜拜。
That was interesting. My friend just gave me a small little gift, a little notebook and a little, I guess it's badge I can put on the fridge. So after that trip to that museum, I think I want to go have a look at a local library and maybe read a book, drink a cup of coffee and relax. So let's go. So I'm now in the Guandu District Library, which is one of my favourite libraries, close to my home, a few kilometres. I often come here to research various topics. They have lots of books on various topics, and there's a beautiful outside location to rest. And the book I've taken today is a book actually on the Guandu District, which is the district we're in. So it's got about 100 years of history about Guandu District. So I can take this home, consult it, and I use it for my own videos I film in China and abroad to share with a foreign audience. So it's very relaxing now. So after another beautiful day in Kunming, Yunnan, went to a cultural centre today, to a museum, that aviation exhibition, and then finally to a library where I was researching a bit of Guandu's history and culture. Great day in Kunming, I love it here, and I will see you next time on this program where I'll take you to other places of interest in Kunming. Bye bye. Today I'm going to take you on a tour of 3 hotel and guest accommodations, 2 of which my friends have opened.